welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic.
Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm doing a vintage cube draft. I told you last week it would be my last one for the season, but a combination of things, including A, that draft being a train wreck, and B, I'm still recording these in late March. I'm waiting for the March 31st banned and restricted announcement to drop. Doesn't make a lot of sense to record vintage, or vintage is probably fine, but modern or legacy right now, I'm expecting to be pretty different. So that's another cube draft for you all. Here we have Mana Crypt, which I am clearly taking. There's two big O's in here, both Archon and Griselbrand. That could confuse someone downstream. If someone gets like a third pick Griselbrand and thinks Reanimator's open, that's kind of interesting. Lion's Eye Diamond in this pack. Yeah, it's like LED, some dual lands, and then good reanimation targets are what's going on in here. Okay, here we go. I have a Mana Crypt. This incentivizes me to want to cast spells ahead of a target that have colorless mana in their pips. I'm not being fooled by this Yogg-Will. That's what went wrong last time. I do have Chandra and Headliner Scarlet both in this pack. These are both strong 4-drops. And it's in a pack where Underground Sea and I guess Remand are cards I would consider otherwise. I actually really like the big red decks, and jumping off with Mana Crypt, so all your Goblin Rabble Masters, Broadside Bombardiers, etc. just cost a single red. That's a big draw to make a claim early. I'm taking Chandra. Psychic Frog, Counterspell, Prof's Memory, Fear of Missing Out. Psychic Frog and Counterspell both being here is really interesting. Either this pack was stacked or people are just avoiding this kind of thing. I like both of these cards. I would take both of them early and often. Fear of Missing Out is the only red card in this pack if I want to stake my claim on that and let the people downstream from me fight over all these blue cards. Counterspell costing blue and Frog costing blue-black is not disqualifying for being in a Mana Crypt deck. It's not like I have Leyline of Mana Crypt where it's always in play. But I do want to think about that a little bit. And I think I want this Fear of Missing Out. Smuggler's Copter, also castable easily off Mana Crypt. I'm going to take the FOMO and hope that red is open. Look at this Lightning Bolt. Displacer Kitten, though. Wow, that card's good. Yeah, this is the moment in the draft where I have to decide if I'm going to try to do some cool vintage cube stuff or just try to missionary position my way into a trophy. Lightning Bolt is not a slouch. It's not like I'm talking about, Firebolt here or Unholy Heat. Lightning Bolt is really good. Displacer Kitten is an entire engine archetype. Can set the tone for the whole draft. Cheating out with Mana Crypt is pretty busted. Casting Mana Crypt after it's already in play is pretty busted. Having a 0 to leverage it, really good. But again, I just passed multiple high-end blue cards down the road. I'm just going to try to find a lane here and execute. Gaia's Cradle, Mishra's Bauble, Voldaren Epicure. And you could just put Gaia's Cradle in decks. Like any deck with creatures is fine. Doesn't even have to be a green deck. It's still going to be pretty powerful most of the time. And Tuco's a really good card. Obviously here primarily to leverage with Nadu, which I am not really in the neighborhood of supporting. I'm never casting the scripted command. I think it's Epicure or Bauble for me. Epicure is a 1-drop that gets things going, leaves some material behind. Bauble, you get that 39 card deck. It's a cheat code for Delirium. I think I'm going to go Epicure here. Lurrus, huh? I do love a Lurrus. Being a Rakdos build with Lurrus in it is not too shabby. Or Boros or Rakdos. Just put Lurrus in the deck. Chandra is not necessarily itself disqualifying of being a Lurrus companion deck at this juncture. Like I could go lower to the ground, but that doesn't play great with Mana Crypt if my deck is all 2-drops. I think Lurrus is enough better than Kari Zev that I'm interested in taking her here. But that's on spec, of course. Legion Extruder, solid card in mono red. Leaves you stuff behind for Broadside Bombardiers, Gut Tristle Zealot, all those sort of things. Can refire it with Luris. Okay, I'm taking the Extruder. General Ferris Rockrick. Currently triggers off of only Luris and asks me to play a color I'm not already playing. Let's give Kellen a read. Okay, it's a Savannah Lion. If it's a scout, it gains whenever this deals combat damage to a player, you may bottle a card. And for another, if it's a detective, gets a 3/2 human fairy rogue and gains double strike. It's just like a place to put mana. Usher of the Fallen is a separate color, but like a comparable card. Oh, Grizzlebrand came all the way back around. It's Glimmer Lens to start, or Winds of Abandon. I think Winds of Abandon is probably better than Glimmer Lens. I would play both of these cards in a big Boros shell. Rafine's Tower, not really in the market for that. Stomping Ground could just open up a theoretical green mana. Having this Luris has me pretty interested in the Winds, though. Wow. Underground Sea, Blood Crypt, Godless Shrine on the wheel. Impressive. I think I'm just taking Esper Sentinel, though. Or, hold on. Blood Crypt casts Luris. Oh, no. I'm actually going to take Blood Crypt. Sorry, Esper Sentinel. I'm not that committed to white yet. I just have 1.5 cards. Shorikai, Grave Titan, Prof's Memory. Smuggler's Copter. Mentioned that the first time around. It's back. Wow. People do not want the cards that I want. Well, March of Otherworldly Light is a white removal spell. Displacer Kitten, I could put it in the stack. Raucous Theater is another Rakdos dual land. I could actually reasonably take any of these 3 cards. Ugh. Alright. Oh, I took Displacer Kitten. Okay. By accident. Oh no, I got Raucous Theater. Okay. That is what I wanted. Evolve Sleeper. Another Figure of Destiny style card. Put Crater Hoof into my sideboard. And Fire Blast, last pick. Let's go. New pack. We've got Robber of the Rich. Oko, Thief of Crowns. Flash. Oh, I'm pretty far away from supporting Flash, even though it's a card that I like. Robber of the Rich is great in these low-to-the-ground red aggro decks, or red mid-range decks. Verdant Catacombs gets Blood Crypt or Raucous Theater. Oko, Thief of Crowns was just an excellent Magic card. Mox Diamond is here too. I've always struggled with Mox Diamond, making it work, because you want to play Mox and reduce your land count, but Mox Diamond needs a land in your hand to do anything. If this was Chrome Mox, I would slam it. I think I want this Robber of the Rich. Keep the Luris stream alive. Fiery Confluence is a top-end red finisher. Umasawa's Jitte is like fine, I guess. Not really using Wheel of Fortune. Detective Phoenix breaks Luris. Yeah, I'm taking Confluence. Screaming Nemesis, Strip Mine. Oh, wow. I like a Strip Mine. I'll always take a Strip Mine, especially if I'm an aggressive low-to-the-ground deck like this. Screaming Nemesis is the first red 2 mid-range threat that I've seen. I might wheel it if I have appropriately staked my claim on the draft here, but I'm going to take Strip Mine. That card is just really good, and it keeps the Luris stream alive. There's a very good chance Luris just ends up as a card in my deck, or just not being played at all, depending on how red I end up. But if I end up Rakdos or Boros, Luris will just be a 3-drop in my deck. Unless I literally just don't see a single Rabble Master style card for the entire draft, which seems wild to imagine. I'm not close to leveraging Mishra's Workshop. Thalia is like a card that exists. There's not really anything for me here. Trumpeting Carnosaur ruins the Luris game, though it does continue staking my claim on red. Okay, I'll put this in the non-Luris pile. Badlands obviously goes in my deck. Bonehorde Dracosaur, Glorybringer, 2 bangers. These will probably be the end of Luris in my deck officially, or in my command zone officially. Still going to be in the deck. Dracosaur versus Glorybringer. Haste is really good. Removal's really good. I want this Badlands, but do I think I'm more likely to wheel one of these 5ers? Underground Sea came all the way back around pack 1. I'll see 3 of these cards again. All right, I'm going to take the Badlands and spec. Mind Collapse is free interaction. Lightning Greaves is just a pretty good card. I don't have a lot of creatures right now, and most of the creatures I would draft have haste. Carnage Interpreter is really good. Is it better than Mind Collapse? Probably. Okay, I'm taking Carnage Interpreter. Fire Covenant, okay. A real reason to be red or black or white here. Fire Covenant, just Plague Wind. Tarfire and Jackrabbit are the alternatives. Jackrabbit still works with Luris. And I have 3 black dual lands and no white dual lands. Yeah, I think I'm blacker than I am white here. Burst Lightning. Let's go. Bunch of cards I don't really want. There's a Sunbaked Canyon here, but I just mostly decided I'm a black deck. Nethergoyf versus Crater Maker. Savai Triome, also the full Mardu spread dual land. I don't think I'm going to try to spread into Mardu. 1-drops are pretty sweet. Crater Maker could kill Eldrazi or various artifacts. I'm going for the 1-drop. Caustic Bronco versus Detective Phoenix. This is close. I think I want the Bronco. Screaming Nemesis on the wheel. Good sign for my Glorybringer, I hope. I'm going to put Kappa Cannoneer on my sideboard. Glorybringer on the wheel. We did it. Someone took Bonehorde Dracosaur, though. That's of note. Mind Collapse on the wheel. All right, well, declaring red is mine through all of pack 1 has paid off. I just basically got 2 first picks. Oh god, last pick Starfire. I thought about that 8 picks ago. Here we've got Kolaghan's Command, Reanimate. I almost never pass a Reanimate. Fractured Identity, I'm not casting that. Good chance I get Kolaghan's Command back. Oh, there's a Mana Vault in this pack too. I almost missed that. Is Mana Vault better for me than Reanimate? I'm pretty low to the ground. I already have a Mana Crypt. Yeah, I think I want Reanimate. Reanimate's good because creatures are just going to die throughout the course of playing Magic. You don't really need to set up an Entomb into this. If my opponent happens to Entomb something, I could take that even. Sheoldred is really good too. I'd love to see Kolaghan's Command come back. We're not going to see Sheoldred again, but I'm going to take Reanimate here. I love a Generous Plunderer. Raptor is up here at the top of the curve. Good chance I get that back based on how the draft's gone. Not close to supporting Tinker. Whoever took that late Sword of the Meek's going to be rewarded here. Aether Spark could be something sweet to cast out Mana Crypt, but it's not better than Plunderer. Okay. Thoughtseize, Time Twister, Magda. Flooded Strand does not fetch anything that I have. But it's Magda or Thoughtseize for me here. I think I'm interested in Thoughtseize. I have a lot of red 2-drops already, and I want to make sure I can punch a hole to get through. Itali, not for me, unfortunately. Overlord of the Baelmer could be sweet. I do like Concealing Curtains as a card in Cube. Overlord's got to be better, though. Yep. I would like a fetch land to bring my mana together. Right now, I probably have to play more basic swamps than I want to. Fury, happy to see that. I'm not going to take Manamorphose to like fix into black. If this Manamorphose wheels somehow, I might consider it then, but Fury is just a good card for me. Lelia the Blade Reforged. Finally, a 2 and red 3-drop that I'm happy to see. Didn't see a Bombardiers or a Gut in the draft, or an Inti. Those are the bread and butter, but Lelia is in that pocket. Also, firmly in that pocket is Fable the Mirror Breaker. It's not really aggressive, but it doesn't have to be. It's just really good. I'm interested in Flame Slash, but I think I need this Blackcleave Cliffs. I have enough playable cards as long as I can cast my spells. I have to take the mana here, but I do like Flame Slash. That's 4 straight up red-black dual lands. Unholy Heat and Kolaghan's Command on the wheel. I already have Lightning Bolt, Burst Lightning, and Tarfire. Kolaghan's Command just does so much more. Lavamancer and Raptor and Aether Spark all came back around. I'm in that Raptor life here. Yeah, the Spark just makes you have a creature already, and Raptor kills my opponent. Magda on the wheel. It is safe to say my lane is open. Concealing Curtains came back around. I'm not going to take this Inspiring Vantage and try to play Winds of Abandon this late in the draft. Manamorphose, that might actually make the deck. Concealing Curtains probably not going to be in the main. And Scrapwork Mutt, a castable card. And Ephemerate to the sideboard. Not bad. Now that the draft is over, I'm pretty glad I didn't try to fight over blue. I didn't really see anything. I guess I saw a Coveted Jewel that would have gone off with that Displacer Kitten, but sending the Psychic Frog and the Counterspell downstream that early, really, someone in this pod got hooked, and I'm excited that it wasn't me. This is a lot of cards. Got some cuts to make. Tarfire actually does matter quite a bit because I have fear of missing out. I don't need Scrapwork Mutt. The Luris is actually interesting. I took her pretty highly and thought about her after every single card I took in the draft, but she is double black in a deck that is otherwise pretty light on the splash. I'll put Luris into the maybe pile. I could have like Luris and Overlord be a grindy side package in case I need that sort of thing. Like I could even cut Caustic Bronco here. I still like Thoughtseize and Reanimate. Nethergoyf, that also cares about the Tarfire. Smuggler's Copter is good. Manamorphose is just kind of taking up space. Fire Blast could end games, but also could rot in my hand and not be useful. What if I just make this Black Splash super gentle, literally just Thoughtseize and Reanimate? What does that look like? So I would get 14 lands plus Mana Crypt if I add lands now. That feels a little low. I'd probably want one more land. But I do have Magda, Plunderer, and Fable making mana for me. Maybe it's Mind Collapse. I have a bunch of good interaction already. If I play 0 Swamps, I have 4 sources of black for 4 cards. Only one of which has to happen early to be important, and the rest can show up whenever. And then I have Caustic Bronco, Overlord of the Baelmerk, and Concealing Curtains that I can board in, and Luris if I need like a grindy package or additional anti-combo stuff. I think I'm into this. I like the curve. I like the cards. I like that I have a Mana Crypt. Count it. Just almost mono red. Let's get it. The 9th installment of the NYSE Vintage Open Series is coming. This 15 proxy vintage tournament with Power 9 prizes takes place on Saturday, June 14th, 2025 in Long Island, New York, and has a $500 entry fee. That's a hefty entry, but the guaranteed prizes for top 8 are unlimited Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxen. The NYSE Open 8 went well for me last year. Someone better come stop me from getting another Lotus. Will it be you? I'll be at the NYSE Open 9 on June 14th, and I hope to see you there. Register on melee.gg or use the link in the video description. I'm on the draw in round 1. I am going to keep my hand. I don't have a 1-drop I necessarily need to cast anyway, so Raucous Theater can help me out. Opponent on their library bullshit. And me, I don't think I want Valdarin Epicure. No, my curve is going to be Magda into Chandra. It'll be sweet to find a Strip Mine for this library. I am the kind of deck that could beat up a library gamer, though. Like, it just breaks control mirrors completely, but if you have to actually answer the board while you're spinning your wheels, it can be a little bigger ask. Regardless, though, I'm pretty jealous. I love library gaming. Here's Magda. Verdant Catacombs. Tapped into Oath of Triome. Drawing with library. Do they have a 1-mana spell? They do. Ooh, I could exude a Legion onto that. I'm just going to attack with Magda, I think. I hope they don't block here. I don't think they will, but I really hope they don't. What I want to do is play Chandra plus it, play Legion Extruder, kill Deathrite. And if they block, that I'll get shitty. But I guess I'm fine trading Magda. Whatever. No, this is actually fine. I can still make the same play. Just Deathrite's already dead and I don't have a Magda. Red, extrude a Legion. 2 to you. If they deal with Chandra, I'm cooked. If they don't, I feel like I made a good choice. Psychic Frog, that's a combo with library. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can make Frog a 9. I'm dealing 4 to Psychic Frog. Discard a Mystical Tutor, Kiora, Demonic Tutor. They 4 damage on this thing. Tarfire. Parallax Wave gone. Tidehollow Sculler gone. Okay, now I have a choice. I could Lightning Bolt this thing and it's just dead, or I could use Burst Lightning and maybe get the last 2 cards out of their hand. I'm going to use Burst Lightning. They could discard 2 more cards here, and then the Lightning Bolt finishes it off. Animate dead. Remand. Okay, Lightning Bolt. Cool. Now it is Chandra Torch of Defiance versus the top of their deck. That was a fun little exchange. Please don't top deck an answer to Chandra, or else I am in the garbage. We got them out of the library, though. Cool. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The most expensive card in my deck is 5, so I don't need to play Mana Crypt here. though I can flip it into a Legion. Exile my top card. Hey, Glorybringer. That is exactly the most expensive thing in my deck. And they're done. Cool. All right. A preponderance of burn spells. Sometimes you just have to do 11 damage to a creature in a game. Does any of my sideboard stuff make sense? Caustic Bronco is a way I can keep up with something like Library. We saw Demonic Tutor, a bunch of non-basic lands, Mystical Tutor, Tide Hollow Sculler. They seem to be on just like the Million Color special. I think I'm off Kolaghan's Command, up Caustic Bronco. I'm thinking about Overlord of the Belmerk and Fire Blast. We saw Remand, though. That's pretty tough versus Fire Blast. Yeah, I think I'm just going to chill. Oh, one more value engine creature in the deck. Okay, I have Strip Mine in my hand. And I have Caustic Bronco and mana to cast it. I like this a lot. I hope they just play some Triome that I can cook with Strip Mine. Alright, Chromatic Star. I think I'm going to lead on the Raucous Theater. Robber the Rich, I like that. Savannah. Deathrite Gemin. Okay, cool. I'm going to Strip Mine the Seachrome Coast and then burst the Deathrite. I just took out 2 mana sources. They're still good on mana. Caustic Bronco looks better here because Robber is not currently rich. I'm richer than my opponent right now. They fetched an untapped land when we know they play Triome, so they must have a spell. Yep, Infernal Grasp. Okay, cracking Chromatic Star. Hopefully this is just emergency cantrip. Pass without spending that mana. Let's go. The old library. 4 cards in hand library. Just how we drew it up. Okay, they did pass without spending mana. Thoughtseize. I like that card. All right, I'm going to seize their thoughts. Dam and 3 lands is what they had. I'll take the Dam. And then I will play Robber of the Rich, who is not rich, but is attacking for 2. Basic Island played. Oh, they drew a spell. Psychic Frog. Pretty good spell. Uh-oh. You want to do this dance again, opponent? I'm ready. I will extrude my Legion onto this Psychic Frog. My Robber's never going to be rich, but I am going to cook them. Tarfire that. And in for 2. Basic Swamp versus Fable the Mirror Breaker. Dual decks. Basic Swamp played. Alright, Mountain, Fable. My Robber is about to be rich. Oh god. Tishana's Tidebinder, that's a really good card to have right now. So Fable just... No, Fable doesn't die. Because enchantments don't lose their abilities. Right. Right. I am not going to offer this trade. If they hold back cards, I would like my Robber to get rich. Not getting a source of treasures to turn into 3/3s is a sad time, though. It took some damage. Nethergoyf, that's fucking huge. We're in the danger zone now. Fire Covenant, never mind. Well, I will not use Fable's ability. This will cost me 8 life. And they can replay the Nethergoyf next turn. Buying a turn off that, it feels good, though. Parallax Wave. Okay. Fable flips. Move to combat. Eating my Robber. Epicure. Ping ya. This makes a blood that can be turned into a 3/3, but the 3/3 will get waved up immediately. Shadowy Backstreet off the top. Replaying Nethergoyf from the graveyard. I'm not going to bother trying to figure out how big the Nethergoyf will be after they cast it. We'll see when it's in play. It is a 3/4 on the other side. Eating my Fable. Mountain. I could blood this away. There is a Robber of the Rich over there. Blooding this away versus making a 3/3 that dies to Parallax Wave. That gets the wave done a turn earlier. Okay. I think I'm going to play out the Mountain. So they could hit me for 3 this turn. Demonic Tutor. That's probably a good draw. Whatever your best draw is, there it is. Opponent's deck is definitely more powerful than mine. It's just, can I overcome it with consistency? Parallax Wave dies in your upkeep when you can't remove a Fade counter. It doesn't die when it's out of Fade counters. So they do have 1 more activation for the turn. Their Tidebinder's already gone, so they can't stifle the re-entry unless they have another effect like that. Fiend's Scheming Seer. That's cool. Alright. Looted away a Skyclave Apparition because you don't get a choice. I am going to sack my blood into a 3/3. Just trying to get them to use Parallax Wave. They probably won't and shouldn't, but I would prefer to have my cards back a turn sooner. Okay, I'm going to block Nethergoyf with Voldaren Epicure. They didn't fall from my shenanigans. Fiery Confluence. That card's pretty good. 3. That's not enough. I guess I'm just going to pass. The Legion I can sack this Golem. I can chump resack over and over again. It's just, how fast is this Rafine going to kill me is the problem. So they can attack Rafine Connives 2. Next turn I get my creatures back. Robber does have reach, but it'll be pretty late by then. Discarded Enduring Curiosity and Kiora. That's terrifying. The card in their hand is better than Enduring Curiosity. Okay, I'm at 4. Okay. Animating Kiora makes sense. This loots another 2. But this is Octopus Town starting next turn. Plunderer does not have haste. Okay, I get back Robber and Fable next turn. I think I have to Confluence 2 to each creature. Okay, 2 to each creature. 2 to each opponent. This kills Kiora. Alright, Kiora's dead. Opponent's at 8. I'm going to attack. Cheesing through is the only way I can win this. I get my 2 creatures back this turn. These are blocks. Opponent's at 5. They might have to leave back Nethergoyf here, though. Okay, they did leave back Nethergoyf. No, they didn't. Okay, they just thought about it for a minute. They're still thinking about it. Okay, I think they came to the right conclusion. Connive 2. Discarded 2 lands. That means I don't have to block Rafine. Oh, wow, okay. They came to the same conclusion. I was going to chump with Goblin and have 5 to push back with. What a tight game. That was awesome. On to the next one. The BoshNRoll channel is brought to you by Tales of Adventure. TOAMagic.com has almost 100,000 unique cards in stock. They offer free track shipping on every order, plus next day or 2-day options when you have an event coming up fast. They offer on-site pickup at major Magic events throughout the US, so you're never scrambling before your tournament. Stop by their booth to buy, sell, or trade at upcoming regional championships, Magic Con, Spotlight Series, and more. I love their selection of individually scanned high-end cards that show you exactly what you're buying. And the best part is saving 5% on every order with promo code BOSH. From Ancestral Recall to Zombie Master, get what you need quickly and in one place at TOAMagic.com. Eternal lives here. I'm on the draw in round 2. I have a turn 1 Robber of the Rich, turn 2 Fiery Confluence. Let's go. The opponent has... Oh, okay. Never mind. I have Screaming Nemesis first. We got a good luck, have fun in the chat when I had already cast a 3-drop. I wonder if they still mean it. We got an I love your content after the good luck, have fun. So they do still mean it. I appreciate it. Even though I have a stupid Mana Crypt start. Vintage Cube, baby. They kept a card on top. Concealing Curtains. Wait, that can block. Lost my flip. I'm going to cast Robber of the Rich. And I'm going to attack. And I am able to get rich here. Even before casting the Tarfire, which I'm also going to do. I took a Blood Tithe Harvester. Okay, please don't have Spell Pierce. Cool. Their thing's dead. I can cast cards exiled with Robber on any turn where I attacked with a Rogue. So there is a Blood Tithe Harvester in the bank. Ledger Shredder. And Connive. Connive into Imperial Seal. Whatever you're looking for, you found it. Discarding Lorien Revealed. That means Robber of the Rich no longer safe. I can spend mana as if it's any color to cast that Blood Tithe Harvester. There's also a cool trick here where I can Fiery Confluence. Like if they block Robber of the Rich, I can Fiery Confluence, dealing 2 to each creature and 2 to my opponent, which will also deal 2 more to my opponent because of Screaming Nemesis, and then they can't gain life anymore. In case they care about that. Lost the flip. Taking the beats. Oh, that's just really big. Is that how I want to do this? Yeah, I'm going to Rampage. And I don't get the Imperial Seal card. Could I have double spelled? No. Alright. That's too bad. Imperial Sealing into a Robber of the Rich is brave and beautiful. Unfortunately, I couldn't punish it. If I had drawn a land that turn, I would have just stole whatever they tutored for. Okay, let's see. Am I going to get got by some kind of like show and tell? Or do they have a Wrath? What's going on here? Alright, Imperial Seal for Vamp Tutor. Opponent's at 3. Now if they don't kill me, they die to Fiery Confluence. Entomb. This connives away a Treasure Cruise and entombs a Brain freeze. Oh, am I going to die to Breach right now? That would be so exciting. They got the Black Lotus. They're doing it. They're doing it. Okay. Yeah, Breach is a combo that could definitely still come together here. Nice. All right. Well, they did it. Okay. I'm just making sure I don't have anything that can juke a brain freeze, and I certainly do not. All right. Well, I'll see more of the deck while we're doing this. If they start brain freezing me, I'll just concede, but if they brain freeze themselves, I'll just see some more cards. Okay, all targeting yourself. Dark Ritual, Cut Down, Snuff Out, Deathrite Spellseeker, Brutality, Soul Ring. Well, their deck's good. Bad news, everyone. Yeah, I don't even have Lightning Bolt in my hand where I could... What does this do? This just buffs itself? Okay. Well, we lost. Okay. Opponent wiggled it together with a combo using multiple tutors and multiple pieces of power. Well done. Okay. I would like Concealing Curtains in. Anything to disrupt, I think, is useful. Do I want the Fire Blast Manamorphose package in here? So Glorybringer, probably don't need that. Fire Blast could cheese them out quicker. Manamorphose, I just brought in another black card. This can get me through the deck faster. Fire Covenant, I don't think I need that. They didn't show me a lot of creatures. Kolagon's Command could disrupt their hand meaningfully. Real shame this robber couldn't rob them on that tutor turn. Do I need Fury? Do I want to get super low? I think I do. Just want to get super low here. Okay, let's go. I will keep this. It's not the blazing fast hand I'd like, but it does have some selection, and Strip Mine could mess them up. Theater, Fable, I'll take it. Scalding Tarn. Okay, I'm gonna Manamorphose just to get through my deck. Red-black in the pool. Generous Plunder. Is that better than Smuggler's Copter? That gets me up to Chandra faster. Okay, I will play Plunder instead. I don't love feeding the combo deck treasures, but if it kills them real fast, I'll take it. Shocked in a Blood Crypt. Cut Down. Okay. Blood Crypt, Bayou. Blood Tithe Harvester. I'm going to go for Fable. I don't think I'll need Smuggler's Copter this game. And if the Goblin Shaman lives, I can Strip Mine and play Chandra next turn. Falls. They could just sack Blood Tithe Harvester to kill the Goblin Shaman. I'm pretty okay with that, though. Imperial Seal. All right, the pieces are coming together. Surveil to the top and then Imperial Seal. They like both cards they saw. And they can Blood Token into that draw if they want it. I don't want Smuggler's Copter this game. Is Chandra something I'm interested in? Is it too late for that shit? I think I am going to dump Chandra too. Okay. Now I got stuff to do. I can rob the rich. Strip Mine. I'm going to take out the Blood Crypt. They didn't float mana. Now I'm going to rob that card. Hell yeah. We have seen Snuff Out in their deck, but I hope they don't have it right here. Move to combat. Disappointing. Okay, I'm still attacking. Had to be Snuff Out there. And it was. Okay, Fear of Missing Out. You have to discard and draw. I could dump Lelia and lean on Fiery Confluence. This does 6 upstairs. 6 is a lot. I'm going to play the card that I have. I do have Delirium. And Lelia has Haste. So, and she scales, so getting 2 combats out of a Lelia is actually pretty sick. Blood Token, discarding Corpse Dance. Soul Ring. Alright, the Fire Blast technology is going to get it in. Lelia, Blade Reforged. Attack with 2 creatures. Untap Lelia. She'll get another combat. Flipped Carnage Interpreter. Opponent's at 6. Attack again. Tarfire. I don't have to reveal the Fire Blast here. I could see if they have something and then blast them. I think that's actually better for me. Because they might just concede here and I can hide that I have this card. And if they cast Underworld Breach, I'll just kill them. Trinket Mage doesn't stop me. Or it could get Lotus and then they try to start doing stuff. Lotus. Lotus. Underworld Breach. Alright. I'll kill you now. Alright, so that was pretty close. Trinket Mage, yet another tutor for yet another piece of their combo. So the sideboard Fire Blast actually got the last points done, and the sideboard Manamorphose drew me one more card that game, which found the sideboard Fire Blast. This was the last card I drew that game. That was tight as it gets. Okay, I think this is the construction I'm interested in. Let's go. Another Mana Crypt opener. Not going to complain. Let's go. Mana Crypt open wasn't enough game 1. Let's see if I can make something out of it game 2 or game 3. Blood Crypt, Fetch Shock, Concealing Curtains. Disappointing. That will conceal my Magda from them. Except that it won't because I get a turn 2 Chandra. I have the Fire Blast, just in case. Tapped land. Dumping Itali. Okay, we have seen reanimation spells in their deck. I also have a reanimate in my deck if I just rip it here. Opponent's deck is awesome, by the way. This is everything I want when I queue up for a Vintage Cube. Helps when you have Black Lotus, but I mean, they did make it all happen. Imperial Seal. Oh, this is probably just getting Animate dead. And they'll go full send next turn. Okay, reanimate off the top. Reanimate off the top. Reanimate off the top. Robber of the Rich. Can I get rich here? I can, but... Or, yeah, no, I can. Yeah, I can, and it won't even cost me anything. Okay. Robber of the Rich. Valdaran Epicure. And I could sack the blood token now. Get rid of Rampaging Raptor. I kind of like Rampaging Raptor, though. Raptor or Chandra? What do I think is more important? Okay. I'm going to discard the Chandra and get rich. Give me that Imperial Seal card. Oh, Underworld Breach. That's not reanimate. It's actually scarier. Like, reanimating their creature wasn't even the best thing they could do. Okay, pass the turn. I can't get breached anymore. I could still get reanimated. Cycling Lorien. Get and play Volcanic Island. Okay, they didn't reanimate. We've seen Shallow Grave in their deck, which is a 3-drop. That might just be showing up next turn. Okay, I'm going to play Mountain. I'm going to play Rampaging Raptor. I'm going to try to kick their Smelly Head in. I get rich again. I could play Breach this turn. I got their Vamp Tutor. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I am short on every metric to Breach Fire Blast. So I will pass. Maybe it was better here to activate Concealing Curtains. Uh-oh. They got Corpse Dance. Oh, I can get them with this. Return the top creature card of your graveyard to the battlefield. I could Fire Blast their Concealing Curtains in response. It looks like they are just passing the turn. On the flip. Fear of missing out. Can't play that. I will lose. 1, 2, 3. Activate Concealing Curtains. Force the issue here. Respond by floating red and killing your Concealing Curtains. And Corpse Dance returns Concealing Curtains to play. Then I conceal your curtains. We got a GG's in the chat. Those were GG's. Had to use every part of the Buffalo there. That clutch sideboard Fire Blast to try to keep up with a deck that's just slightly more broken than mine. I mean, significantly more broken, but just as consistent or almost as consistent and significantly more broken. Whatever I'm trying to say here, Fire Blast covers the gap. On to the trophy round.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks. And groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
I am on the play in the final trophy round. Who needs Mana Crypt? I'm curving out anyway. Savannah Lions, go. As threatening as it ever was. Plains, oh no. They can block? Blocking's not fair. Okay, I'm gonna attack. If they trade, it's fine. Okay, sweet. Generous Plunderer, get in there. Generous Plunderer lets me cast Kolagons next turn, or play Lelia with a land drop still available. A little Jeskai action over there. Okay, I would like to make treasures. Everyone gets a treasure. Lelia leaving up my land drop in case she flips that. Opponent's going to take 6 here, and look at that, just like we drew it up. I love it when a plan comes together. I did ramp my opponent, though. Time to sow. I was busy reaping. Time to sow. I can cast Glorybringer next turn, or kick Burst Lightning, or play Kolaghan's Command and unkicked Burst Lightning. Got a lot of options here. Unless they Wrath of God, that I have basically no options and no plan and no hope, and I'm dead. Fear of missing out. Okay. I can defeat that thing. Discarded Wasteland. Good call. You won't find much purchase here. They did not use their treasure, which means Generous Plunderer can hit even harder this turn. They can, of course, just sack treasures in response to Plunderer's ability, if they're worried about that. Okay. End step fetching. They've suddenly decided it's time to cast a spell. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I decided they don't want to play against Generous Plunderer after all. Alright, Lelia, get some. Attack, flipped, Mana Crypt. I'll still take it, even if the post-combat Glorybringer is not really what I was looking for. I can kick up Burst Lightning here. They do not have Delirium. This kind of looks like Big Boros with an off-color Surveil land, not the Jeskai deck that was suspected off the first play. They could, of course, play Fractured Identity and just prove me wrong, but I hope they don't. Overlord of the Mist Moors. This makes 2 2/1s. Fear of missing out did not attack. End step. How do I want to do this? If I burst their face, what actually deals more damage? If I burst... Alright, I'm going to burst face. I got a lot of burn in my deck. A Mana Crypt, won the flip. Blackleaf Cliffs. Glorybringer. Attack, and I'm going to... Wait, it didn't exhaust. It was supposed to exhaust. Why didn't that happen? Shit, do we have to click this a certain way? Exert? I meant to exert this. God damn it. Alright. Fine. I guess that's dead. Maybe the attack all button doesn't work if you plan to exert. Okay, my opponent is still facing lethal, but I'm down 1/4/4 dragon. Pretty bummed about it. Kolaghan's Command can deal 2 to them and pick up Glorybringer. Alright, Elite Spellbinder. Pretty rough when the opponent has 7 mana already. Okay, so they're currently dead, if they have nothing else. Witch plus Meadow. 2 cards in hand. Usher of the Fallen. Alright, they're not dead anymore, but they're still pretty far behind. Okay, Kolaghan's Command. Return target creature, 2 damage to any target. I'd like Glorybringer back, and I'm going to deal 2 to Elite Spellbinder. I can play around Spell Pierce. Okay, I'll attack, they have to block, I get a flip. It's another damn mountain. I'm good on mountain stack, I promise. Okay, I'll play the mountain, and pass. Carnage Interpreter, okay. So they get a 5/5 menace, and they can crack 1 clue. I don't know what 1 clue could do here. It's certain the answer is not Arid Mesa, that's for sure. I won the flip again. That's what, 4 or 5 flips in a row? Magic's easy. Glorybringer cannot kill the Interpreter, only deals 4. Okay, attack and exert is a separate button. Attack with all creatures, the button does not appear. Now I know what happened. Strip Mine. Well, Lelia has hit every turn of the game. Do I think strip mining them is better than surveilling here? I'll take it, just in case there is a random blue card. Let's knock it out. I can't use that Arid Mesa anymore. My deck has Lightning Bolt and... Okay. Parallax Wave will buy them quite a bit of time, and the Overlord will show up in the meantime. Quite a bit of burn in my deck. Overlord's awake. Still winning crypt flips. When this attacks, this doesn't fly. Okay. I'll go to combat, go to attacks. They have to exile the bringer. Well, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little concerned now. Just show me Tarfire. All right, Legion Extruder works. Just checking this deals damage to any target. It does. Play that, play Smuggler's Copter. Okay, they have to gain life or draw a counterspell this turn. That Parallax Wave is clutch, buying the time to get Overlord through. Cracking some clues over there. A Johnny. This does not have a lifelink word on it. This doesn't have lifelink, just make some friends. Okay, a tight one, but we are going to get away with it. Can I go X for X on this Mana Crypt? Moment of truth. I won the flip. The most defensive Mana Crypt ever in history. I'd like to extrude my Legion all over you. Okay, we are in the big red pseudo mirror. They are whiter than they are red, but we saw a bunch of red mana too. Trumpeting Carnosaur could come in here, just killing random stuff. Fury Glorybringer are both great. I like all the burn to get the job done. Thoughtseize might be made here. I could play Nethergoy for Caustic Bronco instead. That doesn't change my black count. I think I like Caustic Bronco better than Nethergoyf though. And do I want Mind Collapse in? I already have Fire Covenant. And all these 1 mana burn spells. Now I'm going to run it. Let's go. Ooh, okay. A hand that has mana trouble. I also have 3 black cards in here. Both the quantity and quality of my mana are trouble here. This is going to be a mulligan for me. All right, I like this one just fine. I'm going to keep and bottom a Mountain. It's Mountain or Caustic Bronco, and I'd like a chance to play a spell if I draw a black source. Strip Mine. Get nasty right there. Floated a white. Oh, they cycled Eagles in North. Bummer. That's actually a good use of white mana. All right, Elegant Parlor. Obviously, now that there's a face-up dual land, wish I had saved the Strip Mine, but if I'm in a spot where I don't really have pressure to apply, just a bunch of ways to slow the game down, then using Strip Mine at parity makes a lot of sense. Fear of missing out. All right, that's something I can play. I could turn Caustic Bronco into a card. Luminarch Aspirant. That will Luminarch eat shit right now. All right, Fear of missing out will discard Caustic Bronco. Magda. All right, mono red deck re-achieved. I have 3 stops on the way to Delirium here. Ancient Tomb. We got a gamer. Pyrogoyf. Yikes. All right, that's a 4/5 creature. Is there an instant in the graveyard? There is. Okay. I can kill that. Fucking better. All right, getting 2 for 1, 3 for 1 to there is tough. Now I am officially behind and likely to lose to any medium rage thing they play from here on out. Hoping to draw Mana Crypt in my opener in game 3. Tapped Sacred Foundry. Carnage Interpreter is pretty good. Magda is a combo with Legion Extruder, though. And I guess so is Carnage Interpreter. Maybe it's just supposed to interpret some Carnage there. Magda can cast Kolaghan's Command, though. That's not nothing. Alright, do they want Magda or Extruder? They want Magda. Fair. Arena of Glory. Scary. Screaming Nemesis. Alright, I'll go scream at them for a little while. Shriek. Alright, finally putting some pressure on this Ancient Tomb. That has been just a bonus so far. Fetching mana number 7 is scary. Exerting something. Oh god, is this the Overlord? Just full gas mode? Oh yeah, oh yeah. So this makes 4 bugs immediately and hits me for 8. I'll see if I can burn them out. Gotta play to my situation, right? If they kill Screaming Nemesis, they take 4. Alright, so this is 8, 9, 10. Alright, I'm not dead yet. Interpret some Carnage. I have to chump block the Overlord here. And they showed me Burst Lightning. Okay. Game 3 then. Maybe I do want Fire Blast if they are able to go that much bigger than me. Didn't find a black source that game. That actually did hurt. I had to both loot away Caustic Bronco and then die with Kolaghan's Command in my hand. Fire Blast over the top, knowing they're an Ancient Tomb deck, is appealing. What card is that better than? Maybe the Caustic Bronco I just boarded in should go back out. Okay. Fire Blast, you're in. Almost mono red. 1 more game to rule them all. And I have Mana Crypt in my opener. Let's go. Okay. Mana Crypt, Smuggler's Copter, Thundering Falls. I think it's better to get Chandra going than it is to strip mine them. If I draw some creature, I'll readjust. Hey, I drew some creature. I could loot away Kolaghan's Command here. I loot twice this turn, actually. All right, I'm going to strip mine. And then I'm going to FOMO away Kolaghan's Command. And then crew Smuggler's Copter. And I get another loot this turn. I would like to draw a card. Alright, the Fire Blast is not my best card here. With Chandra and Nemesis in hand, we can get rid of that. Sacred Foundry, untapped. Getting cooked. On the flip. Fire Cove. Someday that'll be good. I think I want Screaming Nemesis in play. This plays around Mana Tithe. And I'm just going to attack with these creatures. I'm not going to crew the Copter. Galvanic Discharge. Okay. Fair enough. They misclicked. Well, That's an awkward misclick. I am miles ahead, but we take them where we could get them, I guess. A trophy to finish the season. This one is actually my last one for the season. Thank you all for enjoying this Vintage Cube run for the 8 weeks or so that it lasted. This deck just nuts and bolts, curve out, do stuff, have a busted card that can break your opening lines. The Thoughtseize had a moment. The Reanimate was never cast. Fire Covenant had a moment. Kolagon's Command had a moment. Most of the splash cards were worth it. I think if I had one fetch land, I probably would have played the Luris, but just having to naturally draw 2 black sources is too much. And I think it's right to not make this a Luris companion deck with the Fable, Lelia, Screaming Nemesis, etc., this whole end of the deck. It's not sexy, but it works. And we beat one of the sexiest decks I've ever seen, that Breach Reanimator deck our round 2 opponent had. That deck was gorgeous, but fell on the altar of Fire Blast. 3 spells, still good. That's it for this video and this season of Vintage Cube. Everybody, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon. If you like Vintage Cube content, be sure to engage with it. Let me know you like it. Share with your friends who like it. Keep this stuff on the channel. Thanks again, everyone. See you next time.